Northeastern Ohio, Western Pennsylvania, and beyond, we're about to put our fingers on the pulse of the Neotropolis. The pulse is pumping live with your host, Brian West, and the lovely Linda Ray. Myself, I'm Dwayne Watkins, the music maker, and today our show is about gun control. The Pulse is a Method 8 production brought to you by Method 8 Incorporated.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pulse. Just big topic that we have today, covering gun control. This is a topic that a lot of people, a lot of individuals in America are addressing right now, especially when you have the Trayvon Martin issue. One thing we've studied, and we're going to talk a little bit about today in today's topic, is the Second Amendment, which says that the citizens in America have the right to bear arms. So many political figures and so many Republicans and Democrats, people in general, are questioning this issue, saying, should Americans have the right to bear certain arms, or should we have certain laws to protect individuals from having them, including minors and including adults. We're going to tackle this topic today in the Pulse with me, myself, Brian West, Linda Ray, and Wayne, the music maker, who I always stumble upon. We'll be right back here in the Pulse with Brian West.
In your day, it's all about the hustle. Weekdays make it ends, and your mind and your body's in the tussle. Which one's gonna win? Every day is a little bit different. All just the same in a way when you think about your life and you realize survival ain't no game. Everybody gotta try to keep your head up.
Gunpowder was invented in the 9th century by the Chinese. Soon after, China then invented the firearm in the 14th century. This invention then spread throughout the Middle East, then went to Europe and Africa. Now it's in America. It's been in America since its existence. Well, it's caused most of the wars. Since the gun has been invented, there's been over 1 million deaths, possibly triple that if I use my imagination and use the facts. This show is dedicated to those people. Enjoy. Welcome back with this controversial topic. It's going to be a tough one, but we're going to get through it, right? I gathered up the troops, we gathered the team, we called the NRA, we got everybody on the line. We're going to get through this, and we're going to tackle it. So first of all, my teammates, guns. My family has always thought it was good to have guns. A few of my family members have always thought it was right to bear arms. So many of individuals believe that if we have the weapons, we have the power. What I did in the report, I did some research. The Second Amendment says that we have the right to bear arms. The Founding Fathers put that in the Constitution for a reason. The first thing I want to talk to you about, Linda, is why do you think they would put that in there? Why do you think they thought it was so important that the people, rather than the government, have the right to bear arms?
Well, that's because this country was founded from a revolution.
Yeah.
And the people wanted the right to be able to protect themselves from the British at the time.
Yeah.
And for self-protection. They wanted to be able to protect their homes, their families.
Uh-huh.
And that was the original intent.
Well, we've reached a day now, Mr. Music Maker over there, to where you have children, you have adults, you have the government, you have the military, and you have people who all are trying to figure out how to keep these guns out of the wrong hands. Even when it comes to suicides, keeping people alive. And one thing that we addressed that we talked about early, Linda, was how if I know that that weapon exists, if Wayne upsets me, I'm going to go and I'm going to think that weapon is gonna solve all my problems. So Wayne, since we're the masculine figures and we supposed to be the head of the household, I mean, literally, I'm sorry, biblically speaking, I'm sorry, ladies, I know, I'm sorry. But Wayne, so, so Wayne, tell me, man, whenever you know you have access to a gun, why do you think people resolve or just go to that? Why do you think they have to go get that gun? If the bully's at school, if you've upset me, why do I have to go get that gun? Why?
People don't fight no more.
Oh, you think they should fight?
When we were young, I mean, you know, we would fight. The bully would mess with you, and then the older brother or uncle or somebody would come along and say, "All right, now, y'all, if you punch him here, like fake like you're gonna punch him here,
Yeah.
hit him under there, and they'd make you fight him until he didn't bully you anymore." That's how it was resolved in our neighborhoods. Like, there was, like, say, if one guy didn't like a guy, they fought it out, and then after that, got some beer.
Hey, but now that's the masculine. That's the masculine approach. What the tides have reversed now, Wayne. What we're talking about now is the tides have reversed to where a lot of judicial decisions are being based in the home. I mean, I think there's a lot of NATO treaties that says you can't do certain things anymore. You can't whoop your kids in certain ways. You can't discipline them in certain ways.
No.
Back then,
You're not supposed to. I think they have rules now, but I know a lot of people that, that still whoop their kids.
so when you're talking about guns, though,
Yeah.
should we take that away judicially, or should it still be allowed that we should still have guns on this earth, or do we need guns? Do you think we need weapons?
Well, I think guns can be regulated. I mean, just like they can be smartly monitored. I mean, the same way they monitor cars and
Yeah.
they monitor, airplanes. They monitor.
So you think
explosives? Yeah.
and you
I think so.
feel it's okay for there should be actions taken, stricter gun laws, like the stand your ground law.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Stand your ground.
Bad
Okay.
idea.
Okay, Linda, let's go. You did most of the reporting on the safety and things like that. Now, when we talk about the stand your ground law, this is a law that's in you said it was, I'm sure you said in 33 states, am I correct?
Mhm.
Now, they say that if Wayne upsets me or he threatens me in any type of way, I don't have to fight him. I go get my gun, and if he does anything unlawfully, I have the right to shoot him and get away with it.
In certain states, if you're in New York, you have to try to get away. You have to try to get in your car and get away. It depends on what state you're in.
Okay, I've once heard the term. It's called "guns don't kill people, people kill people." So so when you look at the divide line here, what is the actual solution to the problem? First I'll get your take on it, Linda. What do you think the solution to the problem is? When you hear a statement like that, we invented guns. We invented them. Man invented them. So if we cannot use them responsibly, should we take them away, or should we? And even if Wayne, you've even got instances where police brutality, they can't even manage how they use their weapons. So when you talk about an agenda that's trying to get things under control, even with the conflicts in other countries, when guns get in the wrong hands, people kill people.
Right.
So how should we, if you talk about a resolution and people, bringing back the boxing matches and back the tussles and the manliness, how do we resolve this issue where you have to resort to that weapon to play God and solve your problems? How do we get around this, Wayne? I'll ask you first, Linda. I'll get to you second.
It takes a little. I think it takes pretty much tolerance from people. It takes. I mean, there's a lot of things that go on that I don't believe in. However, it's not up for me to say it or to complain about it unless it is actually, if the thing is, litmus test, does it actually affect you right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now if it does, and if it's, if it passed the smell test of, am I going too far to delve into these people's business?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm totally we're mostly for stuff. I mean, I'm for people to have rights, and if you have rights, and I'm really, I'm kind of torn between, the rights to, the right to have a gun and actual responsible gun ownership. See, when you think about whatever you do, there's always the slippery slope. The NRA's take is that, okay, if you control guns, then that's just gonna make it to where nobody has guns. But see, you have to take into consideration when they wrote that law about people having guns, there was no such thing as Gatling guns or machine guns, and nitroglycerin hadn't been invented, and there were limited weapons of mass destruction. So the only thing that people really thought that they might have to fight would be troops that had muskets. So if you had a musket, then that kind of neutralized the thing. But they really that idea was really kind of they actually thought about going back on that. After are you familiar with the Shays Rebellion? Okay, well, Daniel Shays, just to be brief about it, Daniel Shays was one of George Washington's men. And he was up in Massachusetts after the Revolutionary War, and instead of what kind of happened was the government was taking land because the bankers wanted payback for that. So they took the Springfield Armory, and they were threatening to take all of New England and everything. And these were seasoned troops that had been fighting in the Revolutionary War, right? So the retired General Washington came there, came up to him and just looked at him, and he just walked into the room and just looked them in the face, and they start crying, and then so they just backed down, and they really thought about it, because they would that it's not you don't want to overthrow the government every 2 weeks.
But let's my take on it very fast, and then we'll get a quick safety point of view. My take on it is that you have these weapons and you make laws. A lot of people don't want to follow the rules. A lot of people believe that they have the right to bear arms if you have the right to bear arms. So if you have laws like that, and the NRA is responsible, and then I believe that anybody who gets a weapon should have to go. If the NRA has been doing this for so long, I believe that they should be responsible for it. Am I correct? Are they responsible for making the laws, Linda?
Well, you can argue that they have such a powerful lobby in Congress that they do control the laws where guns are concerned. And they're very powerful. I think the NRA. My take on it is that the NRA should definitely have a lot of say. They regulate them. If I'm not mistaken, they give out a lot of their members are given.
I don't know, man. I don't agree with that, though. I don't think that's giving them too much power, because they already have been regulating. I mean, you think about this. Look what happened to Sandy Hook, right? When the people walked in there and killed those babies in the school. They killed babies in the school. Now they were saying that if the NRA had someone in the school with a gun, so that means now you got an armed camp walking around with machine guns around 6-year-olds.
Wow.
That's not cool.
When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to resolve this topic. As you can see, it's a very debatable issue that we're talking about, very controversial, trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong, who should have the weapons and who shouldn't, how many laws should actually be passed. You have a lot of people who have lost their lives because of careless acts of gun violence. When we come back from this break, we're going to have a skit. We're going to talk to some musicians and some band members, and then we're going to resolve this topic with just try to resolve the topic. We're trying to figure it out. Linda, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so hard on you, Wayne.
Keep your head down.
We'll be right back here on the pulse with Brian West, Linda Way, and Wayne, the music maker. Method8Inc.com and Method 8 Arts Academy is a proud sponsor of the arts. Our productions can be viewed on our Method 8 Corp YouTube channel or by visiting Method8Inc.com. All of our productions focus on conscious building issues with films like Miracle, The Land of Escobar, The Birth of the Dreamer, which deal with women's
You touch me, you understand? Don't you ever touch me. I worked too hard for this, Precious, to make ranks, and I don't have time to go through this, okay? You know, even if this baby is mine, you get rid of it, okay? You get rid of it. You understand me?
Okay, Walter.
Method 8's Indian Summer, which focuses on sacrifice.
Complain. That's all you humans do. What, you think I poisoned your food? You think I'm some kind of killer? Lamani's not coming back.
Or Academy Special Projects, which shows like Field Angels to help combat youth violence.
Here, Freeman. President Bixby wants to shut you down.
Shut us down for what, Freeman? We're just getting started.
They say you've been using little girls to crack cases.
You put your hands on me, Freeman. I don't care. We've lost Penny, Raven, and Sparks. I'm the only one left, Freeman. We're gonna solve this. We're gonna turn this whole damn city into the kingdom after I get done. All these productions can be viewed on our YouTube channel. All donations can be made at method8inc.com. Every donation goes towards production to combat issues to save lives, with classes and funds to train and support the actors. All sponsors are recognized in every program. It is the belief of every representative at Method 8 to believe in their abilities and to use art to save lives. Show your support today at method8inc.com.